I've always thought this is like the most awkward position in the couch, just kind of in the corner, but it's honestly kind of comfortable. So, got some things to talk about, right? First and foremost, yes, I've renamed the podcast about 25 times. It was the car cast. I was gonna name this the living room cast. I've done a couple episodes of the car cast. Most of the ones that I've not posted. So, if you're just craving your slight chance content, I apologize. I haven't held my end of the bargain just yet. But this one is different because, look at the setup. I'm in a professional studio, aka my house with a ring light. So yeah, this is what you're gonna get. But we're gonna have riveting conversations here, okay? We're gonna churn these things out. I'm going for one a week to start with. After that, we're gonna pick up the volume. You just gotta get myself going. So my dog's over there. Shouts out to Polo. He'll probably end up in the frame at some point, but here we are, guys. I've changed the name again and now it's just another male podcast, because what I'm going to talk about is how women aren't traditional anymore, okay? They're not traditional, and I'm not actually going to talk about that stuff, man. I saw a video recently. It was Drewski basically saying that money can't unlame you, and certain parties got angry at that. One of which, who I find extremely insufferable, which would be the Myron guy from the Fresh and Fit. Apparently he's known for other things, but he just looks like a guy that got bullied in high school to me. So anyways, yeah, this is another male podcast. It's just another male podcast. I had to pay double the price for this fucking microphone because they've upped the price on podcast equipment for males. But what they didn't know is I kind of had to lie and finesse into this equipment. Just walked into a Best Buy and was just like, oh yeah, this is just to sound better at my corporate job. It's a lie, guys. It was to start a podcast. So I got about 10% off, but it's risen about 50% because male inflation of the head. So anyways, guys, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about why I named the podcast this. We got to get into hard-hitting discussions. And one thing that I wanted to talk about that I was reminded of recently was the fact that we should hate fucking Stingrays, right? Like, we still hate them bitches. I saw a video of this guy, and he was basically like, oh yeah, I'm about to get my get back for my guy Steve Irwin. And I was just like, you know what, man? I've lost sight of where my hatred should actually be. Like, I've hated a lot of crazy shit over the past few years, and I've hated a lot of things. Stingrays weren't one of them, but now I'm kind of like, man, Stingrays. Every time you see one of them bitches, you need to punch them right in the head. Anatomy-wise, anatomically, I can't tell you where the head is. All I can say is take your best estimate and punch there, all right? Next time you see a Stingray, you punch that bitch in the face. And I'm talking quick, swiftly. I don't fuck with any rays anymore. Stingrays, X-rays, gamma rays, my Uncle Ray. I'm gonna beat his ass when I see him. Yeah, we're against all the rays now. You might think of everybody loves Raymond or whatever the hell. No, nope. We don't love Ray. We don't love the Ray part. We could like the Mund. I don't mind that. But the rest of the Rays, nah, man. We're sticking it to you. So, just in case you guys were wondering what I've been thinking about, that's part of it. But another thing is I finally found the best part of one of my songs. I released this song called "Think About You," and it's kind of like indie pop country type feel, whatever. And I finally found the best part of the song, so I'm going to start posting that part more because it's the only one that gets traction with that song. Sorry, Tennessee and Ohio State are playing. Ohio State is currently whooping that ass. It's unfortunate. I like Tennessee, man. My dad's a Tennessee Volunteer, but, it's Roll Tide over here. Off year this year. But anyways, yeah, so I'll be posting more about my music too. But what else is going on? I mean, surely nothing that crazy is going on in the country. Besides, people are still setting their cameras up and crying into them. So I'm wondering when that's going to end, you know. I made a reaction video not too long ago. Ohio State just scored again. That's crazy. I made a reaction video not too long ago that I have not posted because I edited it and then I sent it to a couple trusted friends and they said it was a little too harsh. And if I'm honest, I don't want to go back and do it. But I saw a few where it was like people are just so caught up in their own mind that they just can't understand why somebody else thinks this way. It is, I think this and therefore you're this, or just mindless screaming. I saw someone literally, the worst thing is when they go like this, then they step back and they're like, like, shut the fuck up. You set your phone up, dry eyes just a second ago, and now all of a sudden you're crying. Come on, man. Like, that's what needs to stop. You can have your own opinions about anything. You can feel your feelings about anything. You can be upset. But, like, why are we involving cameras? Why are we sitting our phone up and doing this? It doesn't make much sense, right? Just like the flow of this podcast. It makes zero sense, but it's flowing. It's flowing. I also saw a couple. The ones that were particularly frustrating for me were the ones where it was just like a sound, like a song or something like that in the background, and there was just text, and they'd just be like pointing to the text. Sorry, I got a text. They'd be pointing to the text, be like, that's all they do. They go, or they'd like lip sync. Oops, excuse me. They'd lip sync something, and like, okay, tell me that you don't have an original thought without telling me that. That's how that comes off. And then the ones who do have original thoughts, credit to you. You're still dumb because you're setting your phone up and you're crying into it. And I did see one that I thought was very funny that I think I could post, honestly. And I'm going to look into this. But there was this girl who was just kind of like sitting in bed, and she was just like crying a little bit. So at first I was like, okay, I hate this video, but I'm going to watch it. And then she's like, this man just scares the shit out of me. She turns her camera around, and it's just like Donald Trump talking on a talking on a screen. And I was like, you know what? That's actually hilarious because he is scary. He's a scary guy. Like if you're like a you know, just let's just say like you've never seen Donald Trump before, and then you turn on the TV, it is like, oh shit, what the fuck? Who is this? I mean, look, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. So I thought that video was very funny, but guys, I'm not a political guy. I just like to hang around, and whatever is going to be the most chill is kind of where I want to be. So whatever side is the most chill, you'll catch C Hill over there. Acronym to my name. C Hill, chill. I mean, come on, man. I am the chill guy. My dog's right over here chilling. Gets it from me, clearly. But yeah. So I don't know what else to talk about, guys. This is the first episode. This is like a test episode. And I think this is the way. I do. I think this is the way. I can churn these out pretty quickly and edit them. You're not going to get any of the, what is it, the intro music and the crazy, dude, I'm showing up, I'm showing out, I'm sitting in my couch, right? Actually, you will get an intro. That's a lie. But I'm going to do it kind of like the Shane Gillis way, where it's like at the very beginning, and then that's it, never again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get sponsored one of these days. Sponsored by, what's like something really gay to get sponsored by? I don't know, man. We'll find out. We'll see. But for the time being, this is the setup. this is slight chance. If you've been craving my opinions on Stingrays, you've got them now. You've got them. And honestly, I could talk about Ohio State while we're at it. I don't like it, okay? One of my neighbors and his recently turned friend, that sounded weird, but they're an Ohio State fan, which is fine. No problem. But I just don't like Ohio State. I don't love Tennessee. I don't mind them. But Ohio State, I just don't like, man, because they beat good teams. And like, you have to respect them. And I don't like that. So I don't know. I know this has been a riveting episode, but this is episode number 1. Number 2 is going to be awesome, hard-hitting, action, in your face, bam. But for now, I'll see you guys later.